Okay, here's the second book I made out of a children's book with many children's book illustrations inside it. This one is called Down the River Road, and I put this metal charm on here that says play because the book has children's illustrations in it, but I just wanted a reminder that we need to enjoy each day and take some time to play. And to cover up some of the words that I didn't want on this, just a piece of ledger paper that I turned into a banner and this striped paper. And there's a little strip of ledger here. And the spine has blue cardstock that I ran through my embossing folder with some chevrons. And another vintage flashcard on the back. And some ledger paper there. Some rickrack and blue seam binding and a blue felt flower. 3 signatures. I didn't count the pages, so that will be in the listing on my Etsy shop. And I wanted to glue some trim down the sides here, so I will do that. Probably not on the back because that would interfere with the library card. Okay, so I have a little pocket here. The design is very, very similar to the other books, so maybe we can go through this one more quickly, but of course all the illustrations are different. So on each signature in this book, there's an illustration from this book with this color scheme. There's a little bunny here, and on this tag it says E for elephant. The first book had A, B, C, D. This book has E, F, G. I think it only has 3. Little girl planting looking at the plants that are coming up in her garden. This is from a children's, like a school book. There's a little bit of lace across the top here. This is from that children's almanac. And a little Peter Rabbit post-it note, a little strip of fabric, and seam binding. An Uno score sheet. And again, I put quotes from the books in here and some dictionary definitions from a children's dictionary. This says, I cannot have that. And so this is a definition for have. And the book pages I used, the children's book pages that I actually, like put the whole page in, I didn't realize that as I was pulling pages that I chose all pages with bears on them from different books. I think 3 different books. But I do like bears, so I guess that's why I gravitated to them. So there's one, and a phone message sheet and washi tape. So she stopped to say hello. It looks like the ducky is saying hello to the robin there. There's a little tag in here, and some fabric. There's a flap you can lift up and right under, and some little birdies. There's a lot of fussy cutting in these books. So there's a rabbit here that was fussy cut. And these envelopes, I have 3 envelopes in here that came from Julie Mangold when she sent me a big box of goodies. 2 of them are from children's books, and 1 is from a wallpaper sample. And there is an illustration of rabbits, which I think is really pretty. The illustrations are stitched or glued to coffee-dyed paper. And there's an embellishment that I made with some punches and children's book pages. This is, if you didn't watch the first video, this is from the Hallmark. Oh, it's not Hallmark, it's Gibson. I have a Hallmark one, and I thought that was Hallmark too, but it's not. But anyway, 1971 appointment book. Then down the river they went, and what a day they had. And this has some green printed fabric stitched to the edge. And a little piece of that fabric is glued onto this little sack, and there's a cow and a calf there. And this page, the other side of the bear page. Oh, where is that bear? Where'd you go, bear? I lost him. There he is. It's white on that side, so I left it that way so you could write on that. And there was just one line of text on this side, but I put a Eloise Wilkins illustration on there from one of her golden books. She illustrated a lot of books back in the day. There's the other side of the bear page. There's a little heron that I cut out. This is vellum on this almanac page, and another fussy cut illustration glued to a grid index card. You'll see, I don't know if you can see in there, but my sewing machine sewed through there because I made a mistake, and I can't remember what I did, but I stitched on, I don't remember, but anyway, I pulled the stitches out, but that just adds some texture to that, so I didn't mind that. Come walk with me, it says up there. And M is for man, and this is an illustration from this book, and it was a variety of children's literature, but this page happened to be a Robert Louis Stevenson poem from A Child's Garden of Verses, which I used to love as a child. So it's the one about rain, which goes well with this image. And this one is G is for garden. There's a little bunny there. And there's a little lace on that. This opens up for journaling. There's that yellowish vellum. And this page says, this is an almanac. Some dogs I glued onto there. Who will win the race? And there's a definition for race up there. There's another bear from another book. There's a tag in there, an illustration, and a little piece of fabric. There's another one of these gorgeous colored photos or illustrations with that beautiful garden behind her. The colors were just so beautiful in that book. And it says, here is something she will like. And there's a bee skep here and some flowers again. And a little baby ducky. Here's the wallpaper envelope. And this is 3 blind mice. So Julie sent me these envelopes, and I had to carefully peel them apart so I could stitch them in and then re-glue them together after the signatures were stitched in. Definition for pink. Here's a nursery rhyme illustration and an embellishment, and this is another Robert Louis Stevenson poem, Foreign Lands. Someone sent me this. They made this envelope out of music paper and then stamped these birds on it. The best tree for climbing was the apple tree down by the big white gate. And this one is actually about climbing up the cherry tree. Piece of fabric. There's an illustration of some boats there. This is an owl, because that little bear that we saw is looking up at the owl. And there he is again, looking at the bird. Cute little bear. There's that cherry fabric again. This says, I like surprises. There's a Kate Greenaway illustration for a nursery rhyme. And A was an ape. There's some children looking at their reflections. F is for fox. And this is a little pocket inside that. Little bunny up there. I love that little lamb. It's got lace at the top of that. Page from the almanac. Some fabric and seam binding here. Come to the window, and there's a definition for window. This is a game sheet here, and there's another bear. My, oh my, said Alice. And this is not Alice in Wonderland, it's from the Alice and Jerry books. But look at that gorgeous garden. I would say my, oh my, if I saw that garden. I did not stamp on these white tags. I put so much work into these books, I just put blank tags in. There's a little duckling. This is from Dolls of Countries of the World or something, little book, and this, I think this is the last page I had out of that book. So I glued her to coffee dyed paper and then fussy cut her out, and you can journal on the back. There's another cute little duckling. And there's another envelope that Julie sent. I think oh, there it is. You can write on that. It looks like she's praying there, but it was a book of games to play with your fingers, and so it was a little rhyme about 10 fingers or something, and it was showing how to do the rhyme. Anyway, she's really cute. And this is a little illustration from that almanac. The embellishment up there. Then Brown Rabbit came again to the pretty green garden. There's another page from the appointment book and a little tag. Some fabric on the edge of this. Look at those little boy and girl going up the stairs to bed, all in their jammies. And there's another bear. Uno scorecard. Some rabbits. Again, colors are gorgeous. This is a polka dotted vellum. Do you like surprises? H was a heron. Piece of scrapbook paper that I glued this illustration to. And then I love the way this library pocket turned out. I have to cover them up because they're marked up and stamped up, and so I just cover them. But look at that adorable little lamb. There's my signature. And there you have it. So as soon as I get these uploaded onto YouTube, well, they'll be listed in my shop before they're uploaded on YouTube, I'm sure. So come check out my shop. I'll leave a link below. And I hope you like these books. Leave a comment, please. Thank you.